In this lesson, we're going to kind of consolidate all the different materials that we're using in our various walls and floors and roofs, etc. Because we're going to create some material takeoffs here that's going to quantify our materials for our nice little double car garage. So let's go to let's just go to a 3D view. Okay, let's have a look at the various objects and what they're made up of. So let's pick on our roof. Go to our roof. We go to, it's called Basic Roof 9-inch. Pick our split button here on the bottom and go to our type properties. Inside of there, we're going to go into structure, and we'll see that all there is in that roof is a 9-inch, no name material. So that's really not what we want. So now that we've got everything kind of constrained and working, we can go back and fine tune the different little components or layers of our walls and floors and roofs. So first of all, it's not 9.5 inches. The core part inside of here is going to be 5.5 inches, and that's going to be like the top chord basically of a truss. It could be a 2x4 as well, but I'm going to use a 5.5 inch top chord. Now I'm going to pick up here on the top and I'm going to say insert. And I'm going to create a new one, and it's not going to be structure, it's going to be substructure. Actually, I'm going to move it down so that it's inside the core area, and it's going to be let's say 5/16 inch, and it's going to be plywood. We'll figure that out. So we'll pick our materials and we'll go down to wood, and we'll say wood sheathing plywood. Done. Okay, this main structure here is going to be wood framing. So wood dimensional lumber. Done. Okay, now I'm going to go up to the top. I'm going to add in the shingles part, and I can also add in a building paper, etc. I'm going to hit my insert button, and I could go in here and add in a thermal air layer, but that more of a membrane layer actually than an air layer. But I could add in a membrane layer there. Okay, and membranes don't get a thickness anyway, and I can go in here and I can pick a material off of there under vapor moisture barrier, damp proofing, vapor retarder, moisture barrier, damp proofing. That could be just for the foundation, I think. Vapor barrier, vapor retarder, we'll just leave that there. Then we'll add another one in for shingles. Hit insert. Okay, this one is going to be just a finish one. It's going to be, we'll just say 1/2 inch, and the material is going to be roof wood shake, just so we'll get some sort of an effect on there. Again, I'm using out of the box materials. So now our roof is a total of 6 and 5/16. So we've got wood shakes, building paper, sheathing, dimensional lumber. That's really just more or less the top chord of the roof construction. So I hit OK. So this is going to update a little bit because my roof isn't going to be as thick, and it's also going to show my material. Okay, now my walls, I did pay attention to the layers. If I pick on this wall type, and I go to my split button and go into my types and go into here, I'll see that I have my wood stud layer, I have my sheathing, and I have my siding inside of there, and that's all done, and this is inside the core part. And one really neat thing you can do inside of here is if you go to a preview and you switch over here to a section view and you zoom in, okay, you can pick on a layer like this, and you can go over here to the modify tool, and you can pick on this little edge right there on the bottom and unlock it, which means that can be dragged up or down. Okay, see, I unlocked this one layer by hitting modify, hit OK, and OK. And now what I can actually do with this wall now is I can grab that siding and pull it down beyond the foundation if I want. Okay, extra little added tip for you there on the siding material. So now I can pick on this guy, and I can actually drag that siding, only the siding, down a little bit, so that when I go to my cross section, and you click on here, you'll see that oh, well, that actually wall is beyond. So I could go over to this one, turn on my thin lines, pick on this wall, and I can take this little layer and pull that down. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, because I unlocked it. So we have our wall materials, we have our roof materials. What's our floor material? Click on there, 4-inch concrete slab. Let's go to our type properties just to see and make sure. Material, concrete, cast in place concrete. Good. Hit OK, hit OK, hit OK. What about our foundation wall? Is that the same material? Let's go to our split button, edit types. So we're just going through verifying materials. Concrete cast in place. Good. Okay, what about our footing? You might go in there and find out it's a different concrete or has a different MPa or something like that. We just want to make sure before we go into our materials. Material, concrete, cast in place concrete. Good. So these are all cast in place concrete. We have our wall materials. We have our roof materials. Okay, so we've got more or less our materials ready to go. As far as understanding what is made up, makes up all the different object types. I would encourage you to do a save. Right now it's asking me to do a save. I'm just going to ignore that for the time being. So now we're getting a little better effect on here with our new materials. And then if we go to our sheet view, we're going to also see a little bit more hatch patterns start to show up on our roof, etc. Okay, and that hatch pattern will also be based on the scale factor as far as how it looks. So a little bit of investigation on the various materials that we're using in our project. If you want to actually see what materials are available, you go to your Manage tab here, of course, and pick on Materials, and then it will list all of the materials that are available. So when you click on the material within the family type, these are the materials here from this guy that are available within this project.